Hello, my name is Adam Trunzo with the University of Wisconsin Division of Extension. On today's Parenting Behind the Behavior, we're going to be talking about time and timing. If you are raising young children, you will probably notice that the concepts of time and timing for when things need to happen are different from ours. Like, what happens when you tell a 3-year-old, we're going to grandma's house next Thursday on the 17th? They're probably not going to run off and add it to their calendars. When they're very young, children are completely centered on their immediate present. Baby doesn't cry because it's worried it might be hungry later, right? Pretty well focused on what's going on right then. But as they get a little older, children start to get an understanding of now and later. Now I say now and later weird for a reason. Pairing some words together can really help children understand how those words work with each other. And by emphasizing the words when we talk to our children, we give them cues that we are engaging them in thinking for themselves about what's going on. By using these words, children learn that to be successful in getting what they want, they need to develop skills to wait, and understanding when it's a good time or not a good time to act or make a request. So there's lots of ways that you can help children build these skills. For example, maybe a child gets upset when a sibling won't play with them because of being busy doing something else. To help build their awareness of timing, you could ask, is now a good time or not a good time to ask your brother to play? If your child responds, not a good time, awesome. We can follow up with a question to prompt some perspective taking. So like, why is it not a good time to ask your brother now? Your child thinks about why their sibling won't play and might respond with, he won't play because he's doing his homework. Next, we can ask, when would be a good time to ask him to play? When our child responds, we can ask, what can we do now while you wait? So these questions can work in interactions between parents and children as well. Let's say we're busy making dinner and our child wants us to play or pay attention to them. Seems far-fetched, but I assure you, it happens. So if we've practiced the ICPS word games from Raising a Thinking Child workbook, just asking is now a good time or not a good time for me to read to you might be all it takes to help our child understand that later, after dinner, would be a good time for reading together. Just as we think about teaching our children timing, we also have to be aware of that timing too. So with our children looking to us for examples, we need to recognize when to use now and later ourselves in our own lives as we interact with our families and talk it through with them. So these can be real world examples like realizing it might not be a good time to drive to the store because it's snowing. Or it could be something silly like asking, is now a good time to close an umbrella if you're in the middle of a walk in the rain? So taking all this together, the best way to see a long-term change in behavior for our children is to have them really enjoy the time they spend learning and practicing their new skills and to see it as something the whole family could do and not just something that they have to do. So the most important thing to make sure is that they're enjoying the thinking process. It's really natural for us to see this new tool to adjust behavior and just be like, that's it. When they throw a tantrum, like I'll throw this at them and it'll work, right? But taking some time to build their skills now will equip them with the tools to be successful problem solvers later when issues arise. So that's all we have for today. In this video, we talked about using the word pair now and later and the concept of good time and not a good time with your child. We talked about helping children understand perspectives and how timing matters for getting what they want and making sure that the activities you do together are enjoyable. Thanks for watching and for taking the time to commit to providing your child with the problem-solving skills they need to be happy and successful. I hope you'll join us again next week for another Parenting Behind the